Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of AdventureCast, the podcast that revolves around AQW and everything AE. I am your host, Lanky, and today, joined with me, as always, is... nobody. Yeah, I'm by myself again. What's up? Sad news. Thread actually said, you know what, Lanky, you talk too much, and you're kind of a lunatic, so I quit. And he wanted me to announce that on this episode of AdventureCast. I'm just kidding. Thread did not quit. Thread actually could not be here this week. So here I am doing this by myself again, just like the good old days. This is what I tried to get away from. And that's what I did by finding a co-host. But guess what? Oh, look at that. It all comes full circle. So I'm by myself again. Before we hop into this episode, I wanted to apologize for not uploading an episode last week. That would have been episode 9 last week, but now this is episode 9. The reason I couldn't upload last week was because it just IRL stuff got in the way. I had no time to possibly record and edit. I couldn't do it. And I kind of had to bite the bullet and be like, oh man, we went 8 episodes consecutive. Which is my new personal best. And now I need to try to beat that. I need to try to beat 8 episodes consecutively. And that doesn't sound like a lot of episodes, but that's like 2 months because that's an episode, 4 episodes a month, right? Every single week. So that, if you put it in that perspective, I did pretty good for never doing something like this before. So I'm going to try to have to beat that. And I'm going to, so starting now, we're restarting the clock, right? Here we go. Boom. Gonna start consecutively uploading again. So I couldn't upload an episode last week, so I'm sorry. And then I had an interview lined up for that episode and couldn't do it, obviously. And now this week, Thread couldn't be here. So here we are again, just Lanky talking to himself, having conversations in a room by himself. This is fun. It feels like an old friend. But today we have a lot to talk about. We are going to talk about the second release of the Fireplane War. Golly, I'm bad at this. What was it called? The Shadows of War. That's what it was. The Shadows of War. Man, I am a terrible host. We're going to talk about the first and second release and where they kind of left us off on, because I have so much to talk about with these releases, because I'm going to go on record saying that this is one of the best releases in AQW in a very long time. I'm super happy with what we have been given. The story is really good, and I'm very engaged in it, and I have many things I want to say about it, but we are going to do that later in the episode. But to start off the episode, here's a little, this has nothing to do with Adventure Quest Worlds or anything, but I don't know if any of my listeners here live in Florida. I do. And I don't know where, if you do live in Florida, I don't know where in Florida you live. Do not tell me that, don't dox yourself, but there was a crazy storm where I am in Florida. And I don't know how big the storm was. I don't know what it covered, but let me tell you something. I was sleeping, okay? And all of a sudden, I just hear this crack of thunder. I swear to God, right outside. I didn't look out my window because I was too scared, but I bet the lightning bolt struck the side of my house because it was that loud. And it was that bright. I felt like I got flashbanged. I get startled awake, I jump awake, I'm like, what on earth was that, right? I felt like I was in a Saw movie, like the first Saw movie, you know what I'm talking about, where that guy wakes up in the bathtub and then he freaks out and the key goes down the drain and then he just is dead, pretty much. That's what I felt like. It felt like I was in that room in the bathtub and the light was flickering because I woke up and it was just, bing, and I got flashbanged. I didn't know what to do, I froze. And all the lights in my house just kind of went, you know, like when the power goes out for a second during a really bad storm, and the electronics and just it goes out, and then you realize how quiet it is in your house and how much actual noise your house makes. It was like that, and it was just like when the lights were going on and off and flick. Sorry, I hit my mic, and I'm doing a lot of hand motions. You guys can't see, but just envision me just creating lightning with my hands and what that would look like. But it just went, and the air went. My fridge was like, it was, and then all the electronics started beeping because like their time, like the clocks reset, and they're like, uh-oh, like something happened. And my dog is right next to me on the ground, like freaking out, shaking, whining, scratching at my bed. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I get out of bed and I pick her up, and from my door I can see in the other room a window, and I looked outside, and literally rain was completely horizontal going sideways. And I was like, oh, this is bad. I don't remember a hurricane coming through today, but that's Florida, and it lasted quite a bit, but I did end up going back to sleep. But I'm sitting there with my dog, holding her in bed, and I'm trying to calm her down, like, go lay down, like somewhere on the bed, go lay down, because I need to get sleep. I gotta go to work in a few hours, like, go to bed. And, you know, I was like, oh, she's gonna pee on my bed. I'm gonna wake up wet because she's too scared, which is fine. She's a dog. She's old. But I'm sitting there, and she just starts dropping bombs just on my bed. She pooped on my bed like twice. I'm like, come on, dude, what are you doing? So, and this all happened within a span of 2 minutes. Waking up, getting flashbanged, being stunned, can't see anything, wandering around my room with my hands in front of my face, trying to get my bearings straight, picking up my dog, putting her on bed, trying to calm her down while rain is going horizontal, like needles just piercing through my window, basically, and then my dog pooping on my bed twice. So that happened to me yesterday. Yeah, so that's how that went. I don't know. I wanted to tell that story because I thought it was pretty funny. So, okay, now that that's out of the way, and I apologized for not uploading last week, which, again, that was my fault. I didn't have time. But, okay, so we're going to talk about the Shadows of War. Okay, I am just excited to talk about this. I need to give a huge shout out to Inanitas, man. Your writing, you are killing it right now. And this being your first like main story release, what a way to kick off your main story release. I've been waiting for a release to draw me in like this for so long. And it hasn't happened in a long time. I'm going to be completely transparent and honest. It hasn't happened in a long time. Not that those releases weren't good, but I just wasn't engaged. Something about them wasn't pulling me in. But this, man, oh my gosh. And like you said in my Discord, we're going to have to do like a follow-up interview with you, Inanitas, if you're listening, when this is all complete. So we can just sit down and talk about this, and you can just tell us everything, every little minute detail about it. I want to know. And I'm sure the listeners do too, because it seems that the people are really, really enjoying this release. So the first release of this main story was awesome. I was so I couldn't keep I kept saying to my screen, I was like, yes, finally, we need more of this. Yes. And you did it. You nailed it. I hit the nail on the head. Inanitas, you are so talented. My gosh, I hope you do more main story releases. But anyway, I'm getting so sidetracked, dude. I'm on my second can of NOS because I work nights, right? So I drink energy drinks. And that's not a good thing. I need to stop doing that because I don't want my heart to explode. But I'm on my second can of NOS, so excuse me for being a little hyper. Oh, delicious. Tastes like citrus. Love it. Oh, anyway, yeah, this story, Malgor, the attitude and the feeling I'm getting from Malgor as a villain is awesome. And I love... Okay, here's I love AQW for its art. I love AQW for the community. The community is good. They don't talk much in game, but the community can be really good. The community, the art, the stories are just always really awesome. Some of the time. And what was I saying? I'm having another break. Oh. Why I love AQW. Some of the characters that develop in AQW, and you see their whole character arc, and you see how they grow and the path they take. And I also like AQW for the jokes. I think that a lot of their jokes in here are very funny. And some of them underappreciated, because some of them were just like, wow, that was a good joke, right? And the puns, of course. Thread and I talked about that last episode with the shopping mall map and all the pun stores in there and stuff like that. But what I really enjoyed was how so far there hasn't been basically any jokes or any puns. They've been, and if they have, from the first release, if I recall, there might have been like one or two jokes, like sarcastic remarks. And then same with the second release, The Flame and the Fury, like one joke. And I think Abel said it. No, not Abel. Abel didn't say it. It was, I literally just played the release before the second release before I hit record for this episode. So it would be fresh in my mind, and now I'm forgetting the character's name. Oh my gosh, the fire envoy. Why can I not remember his name? That is terrible of me. Like I said, I'm a terrible host. He made a very funny joke to Fiam. He said something, they were arguing, like your hero and Fiam and Galanoth, let's talk about Galanoth in a second. That was insane in the first release. He said they were arguing, and then the fire envoy said, like, why you gotta be so hot-headed? And I was like, that was perfectly timed. If that character was real, he's probably thinking in his head, he's like, that was the funniest thing I've ever said in my life, because it was so perfect. It was like, bam. But oh my gosh, I actually laughed kind of out loud. I was like, ha, that was good. No, but I like how Malgor, dude, seriously, like, Malgor is a villain. He reminds me of like a James Bond villain almost, in some ways, not like all the ways. Malgor is very sophisticated. He's very literate. He seems very intelligent, and with the way he speaks and the vocabulary that he uses, and the way he forms his sentences and words them and says them, I can easily just picture in my head, like, of his voice and like kind of his tone. It's never like he's never happy. He's just very straight to the point, matter of fact kind of guy. And I love that so much. And when Abel, okay, in the second release, Abel came out of nowhere. Abel was released, I believe, in 2015. Let me check the wiki real quick on that. Yeah, Abel is the new champion of ice, as revealed in Karok Cryostorm Assault from Frostvale 2015. So Abel, I didn't expect Abel to come out of the woodwork, and here he is. And he froze the fire avatar, which was really, really cool. And I liked the remark that Malgor made, which was kind of like a sarcastic remark, but he was like also kind of like he was infuriated, just like but also kind of used to it. The fire avatar was like, he said, I can't remember the exact verbiage that he used, but he's like, I don't know what happened. Basically, he said, like, I don't know what happened, Malgor. I didn't expect the ice envoy to come out of nowhere and stop my plan and poof in here and take away the heroes and all that. And then Malgor's just sitting there and he's like, it's infuriating, isn't it? And I could just picture him just losing his marbles after that. He's just yeah. It's infuriating, isn't it? Like, he's sick and tired of that always happening. And I want to talk about Abel before we go on and talk about Fiam and Galanoth and all that. That was really awesome. Is that oh man, what was I gonna say? I know what I was gonna say. Sorry, I keep having brain farts, man. Abel, yeah, he gives me huge Goku vibes. I'm going to say that right now. He gives me huge Goku vibes, and the reason he does is because what he says to Malgor, he was like, so my mission, was to make a teleporter or a portal and rescue the heroes and then leave and not do anything else, basically. And he goes to Malgor and he's like, but next time you and I meet, I want to fight. Like, that's something Goku would say. He always said that to all his enemies that he fought. He said it to Vegeta, Frieza. He says it to Cell. It says it to literally everybody. Boo. Like on the very last episode of Dragon Ball Z, I think it was the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, when he's fighting, I think he was fighting the human version of Boo. I can't remember. Oob. No, he's fighting Oob, and he's like, maybe we can, do this again sometime and spar when we get stronger. Like, he's always looking for a fight, but he's so friendly about it. And Abel gave me huge Goku vibes with that, so I thought that was really, really cool. I don't know if that was your intention, but that's how I felt about it, and I really enjoyed that. But let's talk about Galanoth, dude. Holy crap, dude, Galanoth. What the heck? Did not expect him to become the champion of fire. Did not expect him to become the champion of fire, which he doesn't like fire, because I believe he said his parents were killed in a fire from a dragon. He doesn't like fire, but he's totally just rocking it and embracing it, which is really cool to see. It's very out of character for him to like fire, but he's also very contradictive, like himself, because he's a dragon slayer, which makes sense because he wants to kill the dragons because they killed his parents with their fire, but he doesn't like fire, and dragons breathe fire. But he helms his armor with the dragon head and the shoulders with the spikes, like the teeth or the claws of the dragon, and the dragon blade and all that. So it's very, very contradictive of he's a walking contradiction, basically. But he's a really cool character. And then for him to further develop his character into the champion of fire, and when that identity was revealed, I was like, what is going on? And the cutscenes in these releases are absolutely incredible. They are, I feel like I'm actually watching a movie. And I love the map design. I love it. It looks so good. Whoever was the artists for this release, with the cutscenes, the animators, the cutscenes, the art, the weapons, the armor, the enemies, the map, everything looks so good. I am thoroughly pleased with this story, these releases. And for Tana Pyre's character Fiam to be in this story is awesome. That's very cool for Tana, and it's really cool to see Fiam and learn more about Fiam. Man, I when Malgor took Fiam, I think it was Malgor, I believe. Yeah, God, I hope I'm not wrong. I think it was Malgor. I'm trying to remember from last week, but he took Fiam, strangled her, and took her power. That scene was so just. I felt like I was watching a movie, man. I was so hyped on that. I was like, oh yes, look at this. Look at it's a very dark story, right? And it's told in a way that still keeps the heaviness of the story and doesn't. That's why I really like that there's not a lot of jokes in this, and it almost doesn't take itself seriously. Like, this is very serious, and it's told in a way that keeps it that way, and as it should, because it's such a good story, and it's such a breath of fresh air to have a release like this, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. And I hope everyone that's listening has played it. If you haven't, go play it. It's so good. And dude, my gosh, I want to talk about the new armor sets, the Pyroclastic Dragon Slayer. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! With the blaze binder colors, with like the kind of emerald, like tealish greens, with the maroon kind of blood bright reds, and the golds and the yellows and the fire. Oh, it looks so good. So good. Love it. Love it. Such a cool variant and rendition of Galanoth's armor. Love it. It looks so good. I don't know, man. I just think that this release needs to be praised. It's good. It's great. and I can't wait to get more of it. I'm just itching to get the next release so we can continue the story and see where this goes. I'm so hyped, and I'm so proud of Inanitas. He's doing a fantastic job, and I cannot wait to have him back on to talk to him about this because it's so good. And all I can say about this release, if you haven't played it, go play it. It's that good. And that is where I'm going to stop talking about the new release, because I don't want to, if I keep talking about it, I'm just going to keep repeating myself and just keep saying it's great. It's just great. That's all I can say. I don't want to keep repeating myself and just keep beating a dead horse like that. So I'm going to move on. This is, go play the release. It's good. Okay. Let's talk like a pirate day. Talk like a pirate day is in September. If you guys don't know, everyone likes Talk Like a Pirate Day because of the new navels. I saw this on Twitter, and Alina did a Twitter poll on the Talk Like a Pirate Day. There was 4 different variants of navels that were suggested, and people were to vote on. I don't know which one. I'm gonna look right now on Twitter to see exactly which one. Oh, it's still okay. It has 3 days left. It's still going. I'm gonna actually vote as I'm recording. I'm gonna take a deeper. You know what? I already know which one I want. Hold on. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote Bonebreaker. People want Vindicator. Okay, you guys, you definitely know what I'm talking about. But if you don't and you're listening, Alina put out a poll for variants of naval commanders that I think are really cool because I like this idea. There is a variant of the Bonebreaker armor, which was an original design by Dage and turned into a naval. And then duality is option B. Okay, option A is Bonebreaker, option B is duality, and the original design was done by Milton, and it looks cool. It's like these armors are transformed and redesigned into navals, and they look awesome so far. Infernal was a original design by A-Ranks. I hope I never know how to, I think it's A-Ranks. I'm bad at names. Like you guys know, I say it all the time. But that version of the naval looks great. And then Vindicator, which was another original design by Dage, like Vindicator of Day. And that naval looks pretty cool too. I'm not a huge fan of that naval just because it's still like kind of armor bulky. I like the Bonebreaker one. That one looks sick. And I just voted on Twitter. Bonebreaker option A, and only 9.9% of people wanted that. And then duality 8.5%, and then Infernal 12.6%. Those Bonebreaker and Infernal look great. Duality, it's okay. Vindicator, not a huge fan, but Bonebreaker for sure looks the best in my opinion. But you know, that's me. If you guys haven't voted on that poll, you have 3 days left. Go to Alina's Twitter and vote on it, and tell me which one you guys think looks good. I want to see how many people think that Bonebreaker looks good, because I think it looks great, and I'm surprised it didn't get that many votes so far. But we still have 3 days, so we will see. For all you people that like to break the game, there were a full channel log of bugs fixed in the game, and I'm going to run through it real quick. Ultra Karnax is firing his laser again. Undead Raxgor has warmed up and can encounter attacks again, and will do so more frequently but shorter periods. Ultra Exos, I don't know how to pronounce that, has been reminded of how to concentrate his chaos power to explode his foes. Drakith at /join Mount Doomskull has been reminded of his chaos powers. I guess those weren't working. Those were not working, I guess. I don't know. I can't talk. Blood Titan and Ultra Blood Titan have tapped into their bloodlines and regained their blood rage powers once more. Trigoris, Phase 1, Baby, Teen, Adult, and Ancient will use all of their specials even more randomly now. I like that. I'm trying to think of who Trigoris is. What? I don't know. I can't think right now. I have no idea. Trigoris, Phase 2, Baby, Teen, Adult, and Ancient has been reminded how to breathe fire. I guess he forgot. I don't know. And I guess his Phase 1, he wasn't using his specials randomly enough. So it's even more random now. Mognath, Zelair, Udaroth, Celit, and Desoloth at /join Desoloth have been reminded how to breathe fire. Man, what is up with all the monsters in AQW and villains forgetting how to breathe fire and use their chaos powers? That shouldn't happen. What's up with that? Deseret Moya has regained the ability to stun players with his powers. Ultra Vordred in Slash Join Epic Vordred has regained his powers of darkness. Naga Bass in Slash Join Ore Cavern has been reminded of some of its abilities. Again, what's up with the Alzheimer's on these monsters? What's up with people forgetting how to do things, man? Cassandra has unlocked her hidden Chaos Lord powers. The French Horn Toad Dragon has been taught how to play petrifying good music once more. Oh, thank God. Thank God the French Horn Toad Dragon has been taught how to play petrifying good music one more time. I've been needing petrifyingly good music again. If you guys didn't know, June 30th, Shadowzard Rider, the seasonal set, daily gift drops released between June 1st and 20th, and June seasonal feature geared shop items will be leaving the game. So mark your calendars. We also have some more bug fixes from Samaros. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I've never said that out loud. So, Samaros. Bug fixes include Shadows of War story map have been fixed, because I remember last week when the Shadows of War Chapter 1 was released, there was a lot that needed to be fixed with the map. And people were really going crazy about it on Twitter, so that's good that they are fixed. Doomfire Warrior Sword Pet added to 400k AC. Bad Shop Palooza map has been delagged as much as possible. You know, I want to speak about that for a second. Not specifically the Palooza map, but the delaggage going on in the game. I am so happy about that. I played this week's release with every animation I could have on in Artix. The server had like 1,500 people in it. My room was completely full. There's a bunch going on, and my game was running very smooth, which is not like AQW to do. And I have a pretty decent PC that can run AQW no problem. It runs Skyrim perfectly fine. I have a fully modded Skyrim, and it runs perfectly. Can't run AQW for some reason, but it was running it really good. So whatever they're doing, they need to keep doing that, because I've been wanting and waiting forever to play AQW like this, and it's finally happening. So I'm pretty excited about that, and you guys should be too. Continuing on with the bug list, Oak Lore, the tutorial, skip button no longer disconnects you. Didn't know that happened because I made my account 10 years ago. I actually did make a new account because I want to do like a series on my channel, on my main channel, my Lanky channel, sort of how FrostyMate did with like his fresh start. I wanted to create a new account and try to replay the game and rekindle my love for the game and just play the old releases that made me fall in love with AQW so much. I don't know, I still might do that, but when I did the skip button, it didn't disconnect me, so hey, it's fixed. I don't know. Continuing, Battle Odor in Artist Alley can now be attacked. Didn't know you couldn't attack it. I always thought you could. I don't know. I haven't been to Artist Alley in a very, very long time. Continuing, Vordred has been informed Frostvale is over. Why did you do that? Why did you inform him of that? You should have just left him in his, what? I don't even know. Was he in Frostvale gear? Was he very in the spirit? So they're like, hey, it's not Frostvale anymore. But I think you should have left him in the spirit and dressed up for Frostvale, because that's hilarious. That would have been really funny if you'd left him in the Frostvale. Art fixes, Bright Warlord of Nulgath and Warlord, what? Hold, oh. I couldn't think while I read. Art fixes, Bright Warlord of Nulgath and Warlord of Nulgath have been convinced to stop imitating each other. Thank God. I mean, I don't know what happened there, but thank God they're not imitating each other. Skyguard Halberd and Shadow Cons have had the grip adjusted. Good. Good. That's great. Shadow Zombie Slayer Cape moved a touch. Okay, good. Appearance fixes to the following items: Diabolical Ectomancer, Delinquent of Crystallis Casual Outfit, and the Matrix Cape. CC fixes to the following items: Edda's hairstyle and Edda's morph, Summer, Scarletta, and Vaden, Paladin of Souls morph locks, Underworld Berserker, Force Guardian, Purified Malice, and Density Armor of Light. Did you guys like that? Did you guys like my infomercial right there? How was that? Does your CC keep messing up? When you click white, does your hair look a little pink? Well, guess what? There is no more. Many CC fixes have been implemented into the game, such as the following: Edda's hairstyle and Edda's hair morph, Summer, Scarletta, and Vaden, Paladin of Souls morph locks, Underworld Berserker, Force Guardian, Purified Malice, and Density Armor of Light. That was cringy. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys clicked out of this podcast right now. I don't blame you. I'm sorry for that. I will never do that again. Leaving July 2nd is the featured rare set Bakunawa's Guard. Man, I butchered that. I know I did. I'm sorry. Our celebration of Filipino Independence Day continues this weekend as the rare Bakunawa Guard armor set arrives in the featured gear shop in your game menu. The set will be available for adventure coins in your featured gear shop until July 2nd. So, you don't have much time, actually, because that's right around the corner. That is this Friday, so you better grab it if you want it. And moving on, there are a couple things on Twitter that I want to talk about. There is an account that followed me and that I followed back because I think what they're doing is really cool. It is Art of Battle On. If you guys haven't seen Art of Battle On or checked them out, definitely check them out. Art of Battle On is a Twitter account. I'm going to read what they're about from the tweet that they made. Art of Battle On tweeted, "Hello," this was June 21st, by the way. "Hello, everyone. I would like to introduce ourselves to the AE community. We are a small team of artists who have a passion for making 3D art. We are actively recruiting and looking for more passionate artists in the AE community to join us. If you're interested, DM us." And they also quote tweeted that and say, "Don't get it confused. We love to create 2D art as well. We would love to have a few artists on the team." It's basically a Twitter account where they showcase the artists of Battle On, basically, and kind of just showcase these people's art. It's just a good thing. It's a good thing to help the community and get more people's art out there, which I think is really cool. And I like what they're doing. I think that's a really cool thing that they're doing, and I want to see more from them. I want to see more art because it'll help me discover artists and art that was not seen by me before. So I think that's really cool. So if you guys want to check them out, it is at Art of Battle On. And another thing on Twitter is, if you remember a couple episodes ago, I talked about Helimod. I believe I talked about Helimod talking about discussions with Woofin and how he left YouTube and now he's back. And I was in a video with Woofin. I lended my voice to him. I did some voice acting, right? Which I'm no voice actor. I'm not good. But he thought that my voice was good enough for a character that he wanted me to voice. And I did, and then he kind of left, and now he's back. If you guys want to check that video out, I don't want to get the video name wrong. So I'm going to bring it up really quick. Dragon Riders: A Lost Order. I'll link that video down below, and you guys can hear my voice. I'm not good, like I said. But anyway, he's back, and he messaged me, and he wants me to continue voicing this character because he wants to finish this story he was trying to tell. So I'm going to reprise my role as his character. So that's really cool. That someone thinks that I'm that or good enough to even do something like that. So thank you, Woofin, if you're listening. And I actually got to record those lines like ASAP. So I'm probably going to do that after this episode's done recording. Another thing on Twitter is I owe this person an apology. Ultra Draco on Twitter. He has been DMing me since the beginning of AC. Oh my God, AdventureCast. He's been just telling me and showing his support. And for the longest time, he's been wanting me to mention about the house space in, I believe it's Dragon Fable. Let me get that exactly right because I don't want to get it wrong. I believe it is Dragon Fable. The house space, there's not enough house space to keep things. He's run out of space and he's trying to build his house and get his house looking good, but he has no room for anything anymore. Yeah, it is Dragon Fable and AQW. He said AQW hasn't had house space in 2 years, and they can't fix a bug where if you place a house item and save, it won't save. It's just been removed because of a bug, and he spent a lot on AQW and Dragon Fable, and there's only 40 house spaces in Dragon Fable, and he would really like that to change. So if anybody at AE is listening to this episode, hey, maybe take that into consideration. Maybe if you have the time and you can do it, do that. So I thought I would apologize, Ultra Draco, for taking so long to do that, but I made it a point that I would do it in this episode. So there you go. Oh, and can we talk about something before I end this episode? I really apologize. This is going to be a short episode. There isn't much for me to talk about right now. I talked about the new story, the release. I talked about it as much as I could and what I liked about it and things like that. But the story's still going, so I can only talk about it so much. And I talked about some of the things going on the design notes in the game that, I thought were pretty cool and I wanted to share, even though you guys probably already know about it. Shared some things that I came across on Twitter, but so this episode's going to be very short, and I apologize for that. Hopefully next week's episode, there will be a lot more for me to talk about. I'm not good at being entertaining for a very long time, or even a short time. I'm just not entertaining. Let's be honest here. But can we talk about Helimod real quick? That's who I was going to interview, but then I couldn't last week because I couldn't do the episode, and I'm still trying to schedule this interview with him because I really want to talk to him, and I think you guys would really enjoy what he has to say. If you guys don't know, I've mentioned this in previous episodes that he has his own podcast. It's an AQ3D podcast, right? Which is really cool. I love his podcast. He's great. Him and his Sir Feniel, his co-host, are great. They're great together. They interviewed Dage the Evil, dude. Can we talk about that real quick? Oh my God. He interviewed Dage the Evil. The man, the underworld lord, the taker of souls, the Dage evil man himself. I don't know. He interviewed Dage, dude. I would be so scared to do that. I'd be so nervous. I get so nervous I get nervous when me and Thrud do an episode together, man. Like, I'm a very nervous person when it comes to talking to people like that. But Dage, dude, I've been looking up to Dage and his art and just following him for over 10 years that I'd be speechless probably. So Helimod, you did a great job on that. If you guys haven't listened to that episode, I will leave a link in the description for you guys to listen to that because it's a great interview. And hopefully I can be lucky enough, but Thrud and I can be lucky enough one day to interview Dage as well. I think that would be so good. I would really enjoy talking to Dage, and I think we could get some really good conversations going with him. But yeah, I will, when I interview Helimod also, we can talk more about that and more about his podcast, as along with all his other YouTube adventures. And I just think he's a really good content creator, and I want to hear more about him. And the way he views content creation, I think, is really inspiring and very honest and true. And I like it. Not a lot of people are like that. So I think he'd be a really good guest. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for episode 9 of AdventureCast. Again, I apologize for how long how short this episode was. Man, I wish there was more for me to talk about because I'm in a really good mood. It feels good to do an episode again. So I gotta sit here and use all this energy to edit now. But thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you guys again in my Discord and on Twitter. Thank you guys for understanding why I couldn't record last week. It wasn't anything crazy. It just real life happens, just that comes first, obviously. So I couldn't do it, and you guys were totally cool about it. You understood. You told me take care of your real life things first. That that's your main priority, and I don't know. I thought that was good. I didn't expect people to be mad or upset, but I appreciate the kind words and you guys understanding and sticking around for more episodes. So let's see if we can do more than 8 consecutive episodes. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Let's hope I can go for a very long time before I have to miss an episode or something. But anyway, guys, appreciate all you guys. I say you guys a lot. Sorry. I appreciate each and every one of you individually. You guys are, sorry, go again, you guys. All of you individuals are amazing. And thank you for the support. It means a lot to me. I love reading comments. I love talking to you guys in Discord. I just love hearing what you guys think about the episodes. And I really enjoy all the support and the interaction that this podcast gets. And speaking of Discord, if you guys want to follow me on Discord, if you guys want to join the AdventureCast Discord, that is on my Twitter. It's my pinned tweet. I will also put it in the description of this video, and it's in the description of every other single episode. I am such a noob when it comes to Discord. I am terrible at it. I didn't know you could, okay, so here's a funny story. I'm on Discord, right? And I always say like, oh, I gotta keep tweeting out these links, these invite links, right? And I'm like, the link's gonna expire. Dang it. I gotta keep doing this. Like, this is a task I for me to do. But then I realized, I was like, it can't be that easy. And I saw you can make it so it never expires. And I didn't know that. You guys are probably smacking your forehead right now, facepalming like, Mikey, you are an absolute idiot. I know. I didn't know I could do that. So now there's a permanent link so you guys can join the Discord. So if you guys want to join the Discord, go to the description of this video, click it, join it. We'd love to have you. We have sorry, I hit my mic again. We have a great community. I'll also have it on my Twitter. You guys can find it on my pinned tweet always. So you can join all the time, no matter what. Come in there. We have great people in the Discord. We have such an awesome community on Discord right now. We have Inanitas is in there. We have J6, Alios. We have Cebu. We have Anti-Sam. Guess what? We even have Darkon. Darkon is in my Discord, dude. Oh, I love talking to Darkon. Darkon's great. I want to interview Darkon. Darkon, if you're listening, I want to interview you. Okay. And we have many more. We have many more AE staff in this Discord, and they talk with us all the time, and they're just super cool to talk to. People ask questions on here and topics and questions for me to answer, and guests and all that. We meet up in games sometimes. So definitely join the Discord. It's a great community that is flourishing right now, and I am so thankful for that. I'm very happy about that. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at AC Live Podcast, or you can follow my other Twitter, my main channel, like I guess it's my personal Twitter, at LankyAQW. If you guys want to do that, follow me there. Send me some questions or send me things to talk about for the podcast. I'd love that. I love talking to you guys. You guys can also join my guild in game. Just shoot me a message or tweet at me like, hey, I want to join the guild, the AdventureCast Guild, and we'll make it happen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of episode 9 of AdventureCast. I will catch all of you in the next episode. Peace.